Yo, what up, God? It's your boy T Dub, the one, the only Mr. I am back at it like a crack at it, giving you boxing geekers this word, man. Let's talk about this, man. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, sharing this scary. Got some boxing news to talk about. Um, Pretty big rematch coming up, guys, and I want to get your guys' thoughts on it. Anthony Joshua versus Oleksandr Usyk, the rematch. Will it be the same? Will it not? Let me give you my live analysis, my breakdown, my thoughts on the first fight, and what could potentially happen second fight. While I get my thoughts together. How about you get your finger together and smash that like button, make sure it turns blue, subscribe to the channel, consider becoming a member, and let's talk about it. So, they had a press conference today. Fight's going down in Saudi Arabia. I believe it's August the 20th. Guys, I'm going to skip to the face-off. Usyk is already trying to intimidate Joshua. Usyk is letting him know, I am not going to break eye contact first. Even when Joshua was singling with his fingers to let's look that way, Usyk was like, nah. And then even when Joshua turned and looked ahead, Usyk kept that eye contact. Usyk out here playing mind games with that boy. Usyk out here playing mind games. Now, let's jump to the first fight. I think everybody, including their mother, feel or know that Joshua fought the wrong fight. The reason I want to say they know he fought the wrong fight because he lost. He didn't lose because he got hit with a flush shot in the chin and knocked him out. He did not lose because of an incident headbutt and he couldn't continue. The guy got beat every round. When you are the bigger, taller, stronger, longer boxer, and you know you are not a pure boxer, you don't try to outbox a smaller man. You don't do that. Now, I'm not saying going in there reckless, going in there with no defense, just trying to get him out of there. I'm not saying that. But you got to put smart pressure, cutting off the ring, using the jab, tight defense. Joshua went in there and appeared to be trying to outbox the boxer, fighting at a comfortable range that benefited Usyk and kept him uncomfortable. American Path to Travel in the building. What it do, T-Dub? What it do? It's Blazing Time in the city. Salute to the chat. Yes, sir. Man, I came out. Got a chance to get away from work. I got so much going on right now, but I'll get to that later. I'm gonna give you guys this boxing mix. I'm out here in the car. I might walk a little bit, but let's talk about this boxing. So Anthony Joshua in the first fight ran out there, got popped in the mouth early by Usyk. Looked like he learned his lesson. Fought at the worst distance known to mankind. Got beat up. Nearly got stopped in the first round. Not the first round, but the first fight. And I just don't think he had the confidence. And even coming to this rematch, I've been thinking about why did he pick Garcia? I'm not going to say there were better coaches out there. I'm not going to say there was worse coaches out there. Robert Garcia. Robert Garcia is a good coach. So I'm only trying to think about the pros, not the cons, but the pros of him picking Robert Garcia. I think he looked at people like what Maidana was able to do to Floyd Mayweather, what Mikey Garcia was able to do against Adrian Broner. Going up against typically these faster, fleet-footed, quick reaction fighters, and he had fighters that was able to, have a lot of success. Now, of course, Marcus Maidana lost, but the fact that he pushed Floyd Mayweather to what he pushed him to, his value grew after that. He got a rematch. Now, can Robert push into Joshua what I don't see? Like, I don't know why. Maybe he'll show me fight night, but I just don't see that dog. You know what I mean? Like, like, like Joshua looks like. And listen, this is not putting him down. Okay, this is just me thinking off the top of my head. He looks like the cowardly lion. I'm not trying to dog him at all. I'm just saying that a lion, he looks ferocious. He's big by nature, in shape, right? But um, you know, it's like he don't have the courage he used to have. So I'm not trying to put the man down. I mean, listen, Joshua can fight, right? Um, but Robert's going to have to build that inside of him. I think Robert is going to focus more on the basics. I think he's going to focus more on having Joshua have his defense up, have his hands up, cutting the ring off, maybe some head movement, and varying that jab. And if I was him, I would have Joshua to attack right when Usyk attacks. Because when Usyk goes first, that'd probably be the best time for Joshua to catch him. Because if Joshua goes first, Usyk is already, he's agile. He sees shots coming at him. He has a better chance of making you miss and making you pay. And don't get me wrong, you still have to do certain things. But when Usyk attacks, that's the best time when someone is open up. When they're attacking, that's when they can get hit. So Joshua, in my opinion, like I said, this is going to come down to the third round. This is going to come down to the third round. And because the first round, Joshua's going to come out and he's going to try to do what Robert says. And I do believe Robert can put together a game plan that can improve him. See, again, I'm not dogging Robert Garcia. I think Robert Garcia is a damn good coach. I think he has a certain style, and maybe his style fits Joshua best. Because if you go to a coach, let's say like, I'm just say let's say Terrence Crawford. I think that's just too advanced type of movement that Joshua cannot make in a time to fight Usyk. So he needs to get somebody that can improve on the basics. When I look at Mikey Garcia, or and again, I believe Earl Spence Jr. I believe his coach would have been another really good coach, equal or better than Robert Garcia. But again, I'm not knocking Robert because I believe Robert. I believe he can put the game plan together. I think he's going to focus on the basics. Focus on the basics. Chin down, tight guard, not this slow, a giraffe type of jab. You can't have that. You got to use feints. You got to use feints, and that's why maybe I'm probably not going to be able to this year. Unfortunately, I'm probably 9 to 12 months from getting back to actually teaching people. I just got so much going on, crazy going on. Um, you know, uh, so got that going on. But I do want to get back. I do want to get back to coaching fighters, putting things together. Since unless I get a Jake Paul or Logan Paul type of fight, I'm done, man. I'm done competing. I'm getting old now. I haven't been in the ring forever. I know my reaction not what it is. I know my speed not what it used to be. But if I had to put one last ditch effort, and that money was right, if that money was right, oh man, I'll be in that ring. I'll be in that ring. Hook. Listen, I be hooking. I be throwing them hooks. They be calling me Captain Hook in there. Uh, but when it comes to this, man, like when I see from the press conference, uh, I saw a confident Robert Garcia. Uh, from Joshua, I think I really seen the same thing. Uh, he is taking things serious. He's trying to change what he put in his mind and his body. He's taking it very serious. Watching what he eat, um, watching what he listened to, documentaries he watched, and that's good. And like I said, man, I think one of the biggest things with Joshua is courage, and I'm not sure how to build that type of courage when the going gets tough, because that's when it counts. Most people will come out, you know, um, ready for action, and then is when things are not going their way, then that's when we find out what they can do. Um, like I said, I think like I said, from listening to this, I got to St. Joshua. I think I did. He said the right things. He said the right motivational things. It sounds to me that he listened to and read motivational things because he need motivated himself. Um, and to be honest, you know, I'm not a Joshua hater. I honestly, I kind of want to see Joshua win. You know, I wouldn't mind seeing Anthony Joshua win. Prove me. Come on, Joshua. I'm not hating on you, not on this fight. I think I had my choice of words with you and Deontay Wilder, but for this fight right here, I would like to see Joshua fight like the lion he looks like. I mean, like when you look at Joshua, I'm being honest, like he's a big dude, but he has a very gentle face. And, you know, and then you look at Usyk. Usyk has one of them faces that it looked like he been through war, right? Like Usyk face looked like, when he got in trouble as a kid, his dad whooped him with rocks and socks. He just got one of the faces that, he willing to die to win. He brings that to the ring. I don't know if the fame or the years, something has made Joshua a little softer over the years. And sometimes fame can do that. Fame, money, being a star, those things can sometimes make you a little bit soft over the years. Like when I looked at let's say I watch battle rap here and there, right? And I look back at some of my favorite battle rappers, and when I look at when they first started out, Loaded Lux, A Verb, Hollow the Don, all them guys back then. And then when I hear them now, they don't have that same energy, right? Because they don't need it. It's like they're not that young bull fighting for scraps. You know what I'm saying? Fighting to prove himself. They already done it. Um, and having what Floyd Mayweather has, that hunger. Dante, what's up, Tim? Said beat with rocks and socks. You never fail to keep them coming. Hey, straight out the dome, man. I'm mad that I haven't really been going live like I should. Just life, bro, man. Life came with your boy. Your boy trying to move. Um, and my oldest, Lil Dub, his mom is trying to block it. So I got that going on. Just then I got to working almost twice the hours that I was normally working. What's up with you, champ? There is a better qualities of heavyweights now than the Klitschko era. Yes, yes. I think, man, when the Klitschko eras came about, I think the heavyweight division it just didn't have the eyes on it no more. But even though there's more, I would say that there's definitely more attention to the heavyweight division, and a lot of that has to do with two fighters. Matter of fact, I truly believe a lot of that starts. Well, I mean, I'm talking about bringing the division back. I think it started with two fighters, and I'm not talking about Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury is a popular fighter now, but Tyson Fury, when he beat Klitschko, it didn't do nothing for boxing. It didn't do nothing for heavyweights. It didn't do nothing for him making crazy amount of money. It didn't do nothing for him being popular. It didn't do it. When Wilder started making his rise in the USA, and Joshua making this rise in the UK and the potential of them two fighting, that was the shining light. That was the rebirth of the heavyweight division started there. And anyone they fought or anyone that they potentially could match up with, those people start getting a name, right? A lot of people didn't know honestly who Povetkin was, Pulev, us, uh, uh, Brazil, Stavern. A lot of people didn't know these people, right? But then these people be, gonna then you once you hear about who they fighting, like they fighting Wilder, then you learn about their history, right? They fighting Joshua, then you learn about Parker history. Jesus Christ follow, what's up, champ? And Tyson Fury beat an old past his prime Klitschko. It would have been a whole different story if Klitschko have been in his prime. You know what? That was a Tyson Fury back then. That I mean, I just think it's a boring fight. He's more like a pity powder puncher, stay on the outside, and it was a Klitschko that had reigned so long. And I mean, like, and even the Klitschko, right? The Klitschko sometimes was like you didn't want to see him fight. The fights, like it was boring, But let me get back to these guys, right? There's definitely more names in than the Klitschko era. But to be honest, the heavyweight division is not a healthy division yet. There's not a lot of names. Like you need people like Wilder to actually come back. Man, it's hot in this car. Jesus Christ. Man, like when I got my car parked in the shade. When I first got in the car talking to you guys, all I did was open the door. Right? And it was cool. Like out of nowhere, it felt like I'm in a sauna. Listen, I'm telling you right now, if I had a good angel and a bad angel on my shoulder, that good angel left, and that bad angel is a complete. I mean, I gotta step outside. It's messed up. You gotta step outside to cool off in the summer. Let me get out for me, and it feels better out here. Let me know if the audio gets bad though. So get back to this fight, right? Joshua versus Usyk. I really believe like by the third round, we would kind of know where Anthony Joshua's head is. The first 30 seconds to a minute of the first round is when we're going to see the game plan. That's what we're going to see. See, everybody's going to wait to see Anthony Joshua. How's he going to come out, right? Like, is it going to be the same old Joshua? Or is he going to come out different? Is his guard going to be different? Is he gonna come out, put his foot in the middle of the ring, and stay there and let Usyk play ring around the rosy and go round and round? Or is he gonna come out there, press, cutting that ring off, using that jab, throwing that right hand? See, Joshua gotta know when to throw the right hand against the southpaw, right? See, I'm gonna give Joshua a couple of secrets. All right, I'm gonna give him a couple. All right, here's the thing, right? When you're fighting a southpaw, it's the wind picking up. Let me know, guys, if it gets too loud. When you're fighting a southpaw, southpaws know that you're going to try to hit them with the right hand, right? But you got to know how to set the right hand up. They're going to be looking for you. You got to know how to set it up. Now, if let's say Usyk, right? Usyk is most likely going to be moving to Joshua's left, trying to stay away from that power of Anthony Joshua. That's the important part about Joshua cutting the ring off. Because if Joshua cut that ring off, and he's either going to have Usyk either going to trap himself on the ropes, trap himself in the corner, or Usyk is going to have to go out his left, which is towards the power hand of Joshua. And that's when Joshua needs to be ready for that right hand. Like when he first moving, Usyk going to his left, Joshua he may be cutting that ring off, playing that jab, and as soon as Usyk cut back over to try to get away the opposite way, let that right hand fly. You know what I'm saying? But I also get the hand back because Usyk quick. Usyk might duck under that. Usyk, listen, the guy can box, man. He got good defense. He got good head movement. and it's going to be a tough task. But I think the best thing for Joshua is try to get him on the ropes. The best thing, try to get him in a corner. And when you get him in a corner, man, you gotta let them. I mean, you have to throw with him. You got to throw punches. And the Usyk might try to counter in between shots, which it could be good and bad for Joshua because if he Joshua let his hand go and Usyk counters too. But to be honest, I think that's a chance Joshua got to take, man. Listen, Usyk might land a counter left hand, but bro, if you can land your left hook at the same time or your right hand at the same time, you should do more damage. You should do what Dylan White talking about, maximum damage, right? Now I would say the one thing about the UK fighters, it's like when they talk, they look up like the extreme words to use in a boxing match because Dylan White be always like, looking for maximum damage, carnage, just saying real gruesome, words that you're looking for maximum destruction. But I believe Joshua needs to be looking for maximum destruction. Smash that like button for your boy, yes sir. I think Joshua needs to be looking for that maximum destruction, man. And like I said, I don't know the plan. You know what I'm saying? And I do hope Robert has two. I think he needs to definitely go over one really good one with Joshua, and he needs to have a second one as a backup, right? So if you're pressuring him and you're not able to get to him, you got to have a second backup, or you have to be able to counter what Usyk is doing in there. Again, when they fought the first fight, Usyk outlanded Joshua to me by a lot. And Joshua didn't look like he landed a ton, but look at Usyk's face. Like his face looked like both of his eyes were jacked up. And this was a Joshua who didn't land a lot. Bro, you're heavy-handed. Get in there. Use them big arms. Catch them shots. And whenever Usyk goes to your body, you have to counter up top. You have to. See, you gotta make the target, even though you use a big target, Joshua, you gotta make the target smaller for Usyk. Basically, don't give him that many opens. Keep that chin down. Keep them hands up. Keep them elbows tight, which means if your hands are like that, he's going to try two different options. He's going to try to either hook around your guard or he's going to try to go to your body and get around your elbows. And I'm telling you right now, whenever he goes to your body, you have to be ready to counter with something. I mean, you got to be ready to bring the hammer. You got to be ready to put poor Excalibur out the stone and give him something he never seen before. You got to listen. You got to be like Rock and say, "Can you smell what the Rock is cooking?" And you have to land something that will wake up Uncle Freddie, who's in a deep sleep from drinking a half a pint of that cheap vodka to come in a plastic bottle. You got to hit Usyk with something hard. And I truly believe Joshua has the power to sit down Usyk. He has that discipline power. That power when the kid said, "I don't want to sit down. I don't want to do what you say." And you give him that pow. All of a sudden they listen. Joshua has that power. And if Joshua can get off that right hand, either straight right hand or he can get in close. I will only do this in close. Throw that right uppercut in close. Like, to me, one of the best combinations that Joshua can do is a right uppercut, left hook, right hand. If he can get that off, man. But again, guys, I think it's a good matchup. I don't have a true winner pick yet. I think the mental advantage, I think it still goes to Usyk. I mean, even in his face-off, Usyk wanted to send him a message. Usyk is the champion. They're fighting Saudi Arabia. Joshua's probably in Saudi Arabia a lot more than Usyk. But Usyk wanted to send him a message. Did not want to break eye contact. Looked into the bigger man's eyes, trying to intimidate the bigger man. And, I mean, I think Usyk got the advantage. I think it's up to Josh. It's not even up to Usyk to prove something. It's up to Joshua to prove something. He fought the wrong fight. He didn't fight like he had the heart. Like I said, I'm not calling him a cowardly lion, but he reminded me of the cowardly lion because he's big, he's ferocious, he looks like everything you should be scared of, but he didn't fight like it. Each match AJ has to prove something to people. Check out the match Usyk hit the mat. They were from little body shots from smaller men. Um, to me, Joshua didn't really have to start proving something until he how he fought in the Andy Ruiz fight and then the rematch, and now there's Oleksandr Usyk fight in a rematch. What's going on, guys? With the Andy Ruiz fight, I'm not even sure that Joshua really. I don't know. I can't even say he had a bad plan. I just think he got caught with a big shot. Like Andy Ruiz was throwing these like these donkey back of the ear, upside down, double scoop Sunday shots, hitting Joshua, just knocking off with equilibrium. And Joshua just could never recover in that fight. And it looked like his heart was in question because it looked like he kind of quit, somewhere in the 7th round. So that's when he had to come back and pretty much prove himself. And in the second fight, he pretty much played, like the MC Hammer record. You can't touch this, dun 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 dun. And he did a typewriter all night, and he was playing "I can touch you, but you can't touch me. I can touch you, but you can't touch me." And he beat Andy Ruiz. Well, the adjustment to fight Usyk ain't that easy. Right? It's not that like, you just can't be out there saying, I can touch you, you can't touch me. Usyk has faster feet. He's a shorter on fighter, but he has better timing. See, Usyk, by him being a smaller fighter, he probably faced more skilled fighters than Anthony Joshua has faced. Nothing he does is accepted yet. He has done more than Fury and Wilder put together. I don't agree with that, bro. I don't agree with that at all. I mean, I gave you my two. I gave you my two things. The two fights that Joshua had to prove something is the ones where it seemed like either he quit, or against the Usyk fight when he came out there and fought a smaller man. Listen, man. You don't fight someone's fight who is better at fighting that fight style. It's just you don't, right? Like let me give you an example. If Palamon Naji was going to fight Mike Tyson, if Paulie said, you know what, I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna try to outbang Mike Tyson, right? What do you think is going to happen? What do you think what's going to happen to Paulie if he try to go in there and bang with Mike Tyson, who's a better banger? It's gonna be Tyson sinking battleships all night. He's gonna make Paulie throw up what he ate last year. He might throw up a small and a lower intestine and have to swallow it back down to get it back in his body. You don't fight somebody who can do it better than you. Usyk is a much better pure boxer. He's a smaller fighter, better reflexes. He's a southpaw at that. So if you're not used to fighting southpaws, that is a challenge in itself. So you don't stand back and try to outbox a southpaw who is a damn good boxer. You have to go in there and make it ugly. Listen, Joshua had to go in there and make it ugly. I'm talking about real ugly. I'm talking about that chick that that chick that you mess with, and as soon as you got done, you instantly had regrets. You instantly like, man, you know that one day when you go in, you gotta take 3 or 4 showers. You're like, nah, I messed up, man. Like he got to make it that ugly. He has to make it that ugly. I mean, like I say, but you know what? If Joshua goes out there and make it that ugly, if he goes out there and do it like that, he will actually look better. If he go out there and using that tight defense, like what I would do with him, I would try to add in a little bit of maybe Mike Tyson upper body movement, keeping that head off the line, using that jab, and then whenever you close distance on Usyk, you gotta let that shit rain down, like Thanos said when he said, "Let it go." Remember when Scarlet Witch had Thanos up and she about to rip him apart, and Thanos was like, "F it, fire on everyone, including my whole team." He had to let shots rain down like that. They have to be like grenades dropping. And if I was Joshua, or not even if I was Joshua, I would say I think he should land something. He got to land something big early. I think he needs to land something big because if he doesn't land something big, you only gonna give Usyk confidence, and Usyk gonna only use his legs, use his reaction, use his speed, use his combinations. And unlike last time, if he can get Joshua in that hesitant, see Joshua fought that last fight hesitant. He didn't push the action. He was scared of getting hit, and he damn near got knocked out. And in so many words, Usyk was like, I didn't go for the knockout because I can't remember why he said it, but it's pretty much because he didn't want to go for it. Like he wanted to push for it, but his team said, don't do it. I'm telling you right now, if Usyk has the chance to finish in Joshua, he gonna go for it. He gonna go for the gusto. He gonna go for all of it. He gonna rob the bank on this one. He gonna go for it all. But again, man, I'm not sure when you join in. I actually want Joshua to win this fight, but it is more on Joshua to prove than Usyk. Usyk went out there and boxed this dude to an embarrassment loss for Joshua. It was an embarrassment loss. You let this little man pounce all around you. You act like you couldn't cut the ring off. You can cut off all these chicks, but you can't cut the ring off on Usyk. You can't cut it off. You have to, man, listen. Robert Garcia is a great coach. And I don't know why he picked Robert, but he did pick Robert. And I have my thoughts. It's because Robert trained. He liked what Robert did with Mikey Garcia. He liked what Robert did with Maidana. I think those are the two biggest things that he saw. Robert, had trained, I think, 14 fighters to be champions, and Joshua could be that 15th person. He has a lot of experience. He is well respected in the boxing community, seen like a down-to-earth guy, and he also fought himself. So I am very interested to see the game plan that Robert can put into place for Joshua, and then I want to see if Joshua can push through with it. This fight is going to come down to the game plan, Joshua willingness to honestly put himself in a position to get hit. I'm not saying that he should, but in order for Joshua to land some fights as quick and counter punching as Usyk is, he's gonna have to put himself in harm's way to try to get some big shots. He just needs to go in with a tight defense. Like if I was Robert, I would really emphasize on his guard, that tight defense. I would emphasize on keeping your lead foot on the outside of Usyk. I would emphasize on lining up that right hand or setting up that right hand with shots. I would emphasize on cutting that ring off. And when you get Usyk on the ropes or in the corner, I don't care what you're thinking, you gotta hit him somewhere. Be like Canelo. Hit him to the arm, hit him to the head, hit him to the shoulder. Hit this man, wear him down. Go to his body, right? Dig them left hooks right to the body. But just let Joshua know, if you go to the body of Usyk, he's probably going to counter you up top. So you better make sure what you're doing, you do it well and get your head out the way. See, I just believe he is just a better fighter than Anthony Joshua, and the same results are going to happen. And if he wins, I think that will excite the heavyweight division. I like I said, I just personally, I think I would like to see if Joshua can pull it off, but I think the advantage goes to Usyk. I think Joshua has way more. I think if Usyk did exactly what he did last time, he stands a chance of winning or fighting a very good fight. Joshua is the one that has to make all the changes, and even then, I think Usyk going to make some changes. I think he's going to use what he did last time as the basis, as his base to how he's going to fight, but he's going to implement some changes as well to try to stay away from Joshua Power. Listen, man, when we saw the guys standing face to face, Joshua's just a much bigger dude, man. Like he needs to be intimidating, and that's when the defense comes in, right? I remember when I used to box, and I mean, they say when I used to spar some guys, when I spar guys that were these big, coming head, strong fighters. When they have a tight defense, and every time I throw jabs and shots, it felt like I cannot get through, and they was catching those shots, and they wasn't going back, and they kept going forward, which made me push backwards. Man, that's intimidating. That is intimidating when you cannot find a clean shot, or they catching your shots, or they getting close, and they trying to rain down these big punches. Like I said, if I was Joshua, man, I would work on having that tight defense, little bit head movement, feinting with his shoulders and hands, using that jab, and then when like I said, when he, and it's hard. This is hard, but when he closed that distance on Usyk, he needs to go FedEx and deliver them shots with exceptional speed, exceptional power, and I'm telling you, if Joshua can hit Usyk with an uppercut, I'm saying that could change the whole game. And guys, listen, you heard it first, right? Listen, you heard it right here first. If Joshua can catch Usyk with an uppercut like he caught Klitschko with, man, I'm telling you, that could be extreme. It could be over. Like Usyk could hit the deck. If he don't hit the deck, he gonna be extremely on scrambling mode. Because even in the fight that Joshua lost, some people thought I gotta go watch that fight again. But I even thought one time that he might have buzzed Usyk, but he didn't step on the gas, right? Like, listen, whenever you buzz a fighter, and again, I think he didn't step on the gas because he didn't want to get hit. He didn't step on the gas because he didn't want to run into a counter punch by Usyk. He didn't even capitalize on his own success. One good thing is that will come out of it is there will be a new heavyweight star on the block, and that will excite the heavyweight division. You know what? I wonder, because I don't really believe Tyson Fury is fully retired. If he was fully retired, I think that they would already scavenged that WBC belt and probably had somebody lined up to fight for it. I think. I want to see if Tyson Fury will come out to possibly fight Usyk. That'll be a very interesting matchup. And I really believe if it is Usyk versus Tyson Fury, I think Usyk is going to have a lot more success than people think. I think his counterpunching, his speed is going to have a lot more success than people think against Tyson Fury. I don't because Tyson Fury beat Deontay Wilder, and the way he beat, he looked almost unstoppable. But we got to understand style makes fights. And the style that Tyson Fury fought Deontay Wilder, it made him look exceptionally good. But that same style, coming forward, throwing shots, not really getting tired, it won't have the same effect against Usyk because Usyk can fight and box all night as well. Well, let me go and get my butt back. I hope you guys enjoy this. It's your boy T-Dub, man, Mr. Whatsblazing the Sports. I'm back here like a crack addict, giving you boxing geekers this work. Shout out to everyone who come into the chat, especially my boy Jesus Christ follower. Yes, sir. Observing stuff in the building. What you do, champ? Stopping by to hit that like before I hit back to work. Have a good day, y'all. Hit that like, yes, sir. JE, man, thank you for coming to the chat, man. I always appreciate, a little back and forth. Always respect to both of them fighters. I want to see it. I'm going to call it. I can't wait. And you know what it be when it's coming to fight time. Be right here because I'll be live giving you guys this boxing work.